right, I am on my way to my daughter's school to drop off her sick note, pick up her work, and then sick note, work, and oh, I think that's it. Yeah, that's all I have to do at the school. Duh. Then I'm going to the branch of our healthcare provider that's closest to our house because I dropped her off because we were in urgent care for 2 hours, a little over 2 hours, and it was like a 40-minute drive both directions. So here we go. This is what we're doing right now. I also have off work. I don't get paid. I just want to let everybody know that I do not get paid for these days. I'm not using it's not like the state is paying me to stay home. I'm on unpaid family leave at the moment. So I still have to provide documentation of why I need that type of leave, but for now, I'm not getting paid. So I'm really nervous. It's almost the end of the month, and I'm really nervous about what my paycheck is gonna look like, because I did work half of the month, but not the whole month. It's not gonna be good. It's not good. So I'm really nervous. But right now, on the way to the school, let's just tackle one issue at a time, and then from there, I'll systematically start to tackle everything else that is stressing me out, and we're just gonna deal with it. That's the plan. We're just gonna deal with it one thing at a time. Well, this is about to get a little bit chatty. So, the last time we spoke, the last vlog that I had, my mother-in-law had been diagnosed with, both Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease, and she needed to go in for more brain scans just to see how far along she was. And my daughter was sick. Now, I believe at that point I had taken my daughter to urgent care, and is my camera crooked again? Oh, I think I'm just distracting myself. Took my daughter to urgent care, and she was prescribed antibiotics for pneumonia. A few days went by. I'm not noticing a decrease in her temperature. So we still have that pneumonia problem. Mama's freaking out. Call the doctor. Doctor says, well, it's a low-grade temperature. It sometimes takes the body a while. It could be 48 hours, but it could also be 72 hours. Don't panic. Okie dokie. Sunday, now, see, I'm already confused. The weekend comes, and the fever is now spiking back up to 102. I'm like, no. My husband and I both take her into urgent care. Now, mind you, my child hates anything medical, and she doesn't feel well. So she's throwing a fit because we're, going to the doctor, it's just crying, and it's a mess. She's not the easiest patient. You can't even mention the B word. To her, the dirty B word is blood. Can't say it. Just can't, just really, really freaked out by all of this. It's just, I have no idea why, but I'm fine with doctors. Point is, she gets chest x-rays, she definitely has pneumonia, and they do some swabs. Now, in order for her to get chest x-rays, let me tell you, I had to suit up in the whole x-ray suit and go in there and hold her hand. You can see my hand in the x-ray because She just couldn't handle that. They then prescribe her a stronger antibiotic within the same family. So Augmentin was the one that she was given. It's horrible. She screams and cries and doesn't want to take it. We have to threaten her with like, we're going to take you back to the hospital if you can't take your medicine. It's awful. It was awful. Still, the fever doesn't come down. Sunday night, she's throwing up from the Augmentin. Is that what it's called? The antibiotic. The white one. The yucky one. And crying, and she still has a fever. Take her back. Ooh, it was a busy day. Like, we didn't have an appointment. This is clearly like emergency services. They read the test results that they obtained from the weekend. This is the weekend. Like, not a lot of people look at the anyway, they look at the test results. They find out that she has a bacterial pneumonia that doesn't respond to this class of antibiotic. It responds to this class of antibiotic. So, get her on the correct antibiotic. We're good. Like, we're actually good. Like, she's feeling better. She has stomach pain I think it was from the Augmentin, honestly, whatever it's called. It was from the white yucky antibiotic. But she's in school today. Like, I'm ready to go back to school. I have missed so much school. I'm ready to go back to school. I'm ready. Like, let's do this. I miss my students. I miss my kids. Let's go. Only to receive a call at 3:21 a.m. No, wait. Sorry, 12:01. But I didn't get the call at 12:01 because even though my phone rang, like, I didn't hear it because it's been a bit stressful. My dad has been taken to the ER. He pushed his little mobile help thing and he is in the emergency room. Guess I'm not going to school today. Oh, Tabby, your favorites. My daughter's fine. She's good. My dad's home from the hospital, and my biggest fear, which was that he would come home and be on his own again, but he would be less capable. And that's pretty much what happened. So they released him and they said they can't make him go into assisted living or have help. But he does now admit that he needs help. So if you remember, I had hired him help and then he found out how much that help cost and he decided that he didn't need that help and so he fired them. And now we're back to the point where he admits that he could use some help, but he doesn't want to know how much it's going to cost. So I'm going to take some money out of his retirement, which he still can't get past. Like he I don't know what that was. he can't get past the idea of like he needs to use his retirement. He's retired and like you have to use that money to facilitate a lifestyle that makes you comfortable. in your older years. Like, that's what it's for. It's not to leave to the next generation. It's not because you're going to live to 102. It's literally to make your life bearable now. And so he's admitting that he can use some help with things, like even assistance with bathing, meal prep, that kind of stuff. But it's not the type of assistance that his long-term care insurance is going to cover. Because long-term care really is meant for someone who is willing to move into assisted living. And he's not willing to do that. So he's going to pay in January another $10,000 for his long-term care insurance, which he's probably never going to use. Like, realistically, he's not going to use that. But the sad thing is, and it's kind of ironic that I say it's sad. It's sad because, well, it is sad. I know that I was sort of like, taking him to the store every week, and he's not in the best of moods, and, it's really difficult. But now he can't even go to the store. So he doesn't feel well enough on a regular basis to go out, but he absolutely refuses to move into an environment where he would have constant support and companionship and activities. He just refuses to do that. And I'm not going to force him. I can't force him because that's not what power of attorney allows you to do. And the doctors won't support me in forcing him. So, and I don't want to, I want him to be happy. I don't want him to be miserable. And, if this is what he wants, this is what he gets. So tomorrow, I'm going to get observed. It's like my every 5 to 7 years. I don't even remember. It's been like forever since I've had anyone come in and officially document what I'm doing in my classroom. So tomorrow is my observation day, even though I've been out for a long time with my daughter and with my dad. I didn't switch it. I didn't change it. I'm just like, it is what it is. I do what I do. Yeah, whatever. Just come in and see what I do. And if you have suggestions for me, I'm open to them. But it's life. And it's not even going to get better. Like on Friday when I was with my students, I told them, I said, I thought about taking family care leave just to deal with my dad because I feel that I'm doing you a disservice by being out so much. And they were just like, no, which warmed my heart, a little bit. Because I was like, all right, if you want to suffer through this with me, then we're in this together. Let's learn. And I don't, now, it's going to be a matter of managing his accounts, moving some of his money into an account that he can't see, because that's what really freaks him out, is seeing the money come out of the account. So I'm just going to take a lump sum. I'm going to move it. I already opened the account for tax purposes, just move it into one account. And then I'm going to pay his ambulance, his hospital, his, the care that I have 3 different places that I'm sort of interviewing, but it's all roughly in the same price range, none of which is cheap. But his care for 2 months, because even if long-term care does take a portion of it, you still have to pay the first month up officially out of your pocket. And then the second month, if they deem it credible, they will reimburse that second month, but you still have to pay the second month. So it has to be 2 months worth of care, which is in the $6,000 range, and the ambulance and everything. So that's what we're doing. My husband now is sick. I don't think it's the same thing that my daughter had. It's just presenting itself a little differently, and he doesn't have the cough. I just don't think it's the same thing. I think, and I feel a little bit of it too. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I think it's from going to so many hospitals in such a short amount of time that we probably picked something up, because so I was in one hospital with my mother-in-law, on a Thursday, and then with my daughter on a Monday, and then my daughter again on a Saturday, and another Monday, and then my dad on Wednesday and Thursday. So I've been in basically 3 different hospitals over the past 2 weeks. You can hear it a little bit in my voice too. I don't have a fever. I feel worn down. And then I had that incident where I had not, I'd been living alcohol free, because alcohol and I do not get along. It triggers migraines and anxiety and all kinds of things. And for some reason, I still think in the back of my brain that it's going to calm me down, and it won't. So I'm recommitting to my completely alcohol-free lifestyle. I'd gone 9.5 months, and then that weekend, in the midst of taking her to the doctor, I fell off the wagon. I was devastated. It was awful. Just let's not talk about that. But I feel like that, for me, makes my immune system weaker. So it's just been a lot. So today I have to go out and get groceries for my dad. I canceled some of his appointments. He's going to a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And it's stuff that you just don't hear people talking about. And I don't know if that's just because we're in a really odd situation where, you know, my mother-in-law was diagnosed with something very early on, and my dad is older, and then we waited to have kids until we were older. I don't know if that's it, but it just doesn't feel like there's a lot of people out there going through like all of this at the same time, which is why I'm putting it out there. Like maybe there are other people going through this, but the fact that my daughter is okay just makes me so happy. You can see she was playing soccer. She wasn't supposed to play. She was going to maybe play 1 quarter. Quarters are 12 minutes each. I've learned this. I knew nothing about soccer. Or 12 minutes each. And she was not going to play except for maybe 1 quarter if she felt up to it. But then somebody was injured, somebody else had to leave early, and so she ended up playing 3 quarters, and she did extremely well. So she's hanging in there. We tried to go to a birthday party after that, but it just didn't. I think that was too much for her. Same with trick-or-treating. Like, she went trick-or-treating with one of her friends, but she was going to go with the whole group, and the whole group got together, but they were like pushing and going crazy and running, and she just couldn't handle like all of that. So she and just one of her friends hung back and did their thing, which I thought was really nice of her friend to hang out with her like that and be her buddy. But I think big crowds are getting to her. I don't know, just getting over being sick, you know. So we had to go to the grocery store. We have to, I'm going to pick up some food for my husband because he doesn't feel good. I have to kind of mentally prepare myself and get my ideas ready for what I'm going to do tomorrow in class. I think I'm going to try something totally new, because why not? Just throw that in the mix. Just try something completely new. And pray. It's really where we are. Every week I'm like, I should do a full week. Now this week is a short week because I have a PD day on Friday, a professional development day on Friday. So I feel like I can make it, just as long as I don't get this too badly. I have throat comfort tea, I have cold ease, I have all kinds of things that I can take. But I think it's just from, like I said, from being in and out of the hospital and hospitals and then not getting a lot of sleep. There were 3 mornings in there between the ER call, my daughter being sick. Like, she woke up one morning and was throwing up from the heavy antibiotic, and that was at like 2 or 3 in the morning. And then, you know, I got the call from my dad between, well, I guess I got it at midnight, but I didn't get to the hospital until 3 in the morning. And then there was something else that woke me up. Oh, it was the drinking, because it messes with everything. Woke me up at 3 in the morning. So I haven't been getting a lot of sleep. I think that's part of it. We're just gonna see what happens. So this is what I sort of do now. I'm going like, this is what's in my control and this is what's out of my control. One, I need to kind of clean up my eating. I've been eating poorly, Halloween candy and whatever. So I can clean up my eating. For me, personally, that means counting calories. I don't know what that means for you, but for me, that means counting calories and just getting myself on a steady calorie intake to regulate the body. So that's number 1. Number 2, don't drink, obviously. Number 3, exercise, go swimming as much as I can every morning, you know, and read my Bible and make a list, like a to-do list every single day. Those are the things I can control. Things I can't control is people getting sick, people getting hurt. Um, yeah, stuff like, you know, that's outside my control. Oh, other things I have to do. I have to go pick up some toiletry supplies for my mother-in-law and drop those off. Those are the things I have to do today. Husband food, dad groceries, mother-in-law toiletries. That's what we got going on.